Welcome back to the show. I'm Wassam and you're watching Good Morning Sri Lanka on MTV Sports. And in the studio this morning, this Tuesday morning, we've got Magic Box Mix Up, who just played us a song and they sounded quite good with the acoustic performance. Well done, guys.
Thanks.
And yes, of course, as you've noticed, if you were tuned in, quite the witty guys. And very interesting to have a conversation with, no doubt. So,
Thanks again.
guys, getting to your music now, as a band, what are your influences like? I am very decided who's going to answer this question.
Sean likes lots of Britney Spears, lots of pop music.
Touching me
Alright, so Sean likes Britney Spears?
Did you once in your life?
We all did.
We went back when I was in school, yes.
Yeah,
I won't deny that.
Not the music, I mean, did you like Britney Spears?
The music.
The thing is, behind this popular music scene, so we have to like cater to everyone. So like wherever we play, like there's like teenagers, old people.
Yeah, that's a very strong statement, Shamin. So are you, I'm just taking from your statement, are you saying that, so basically because you want to please the crowd sometimes
No, not like that.
Influence?
Not like that. It's just we just try to cater to everyone.
Question, by the way.
We just try to cater to everyone, like even like say if we are playing somewhere, if there are like different ages, so they would like to, the young people would like to hear new music, and the older people will love to hear like some old tunes, some Stevie Wonder Journey
But
or
I
something.
think I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, though we do the old songs to cater to them, we do it within our influences.
Okay.
And we do it in our own way. We don't do it.
So basically, you add your little bit of flavor to it.
And the thing is, we come from different backgrounds. Like he likes different type of genres. I like different type of genres. He likes really different type of genres.
Like
Really.
But you can't criticize him for his. So what's his taste?
really
right?
cool
Once in a while, Shamin kind of like borrows music from me as well. So I guess it kind of goes to
So what I mean is, what's really cool is we actually have our own input on everything. Like we suggest certain songs, but whatever song it is, we always tend to use different influences, and there's a different type of taste to all of them. So let's say we take a Michael Jackson song, there'll still be our flavor in it.
yeah.
Okay.
Because because we one more thing, we don't have keyboards, so we don't use any electronic instruments.
Okay.
So it's one electric guitar, acoustic guitar, drums, and like for the without using the keyboards, we're using a percussionist.
I see.
So he uses so many things like the cajon, he has a djembe, he has timbales, shakers.
So you guys have never had keyboards ever?
Never.
And is there a specific reason for keeping
Because
it
we
out?
like to sound raw, and it's a bit hard because some saxophone parts we have to play from the guitar. It's quite difficult. So but then we try to change the song also. So then we have our own taste in it. So
Okay,
it's fine.
coming back to this same topic, right? Okay, like say someone suggests to the band, say we are going to, let's try playing this song. Has there ever been a moment where everyone has like disagreed?
Oh my god, all the time.
Oh man, almost
All
every
the
day.
time.
Almost every day.
Trust me, we have our arguments about it, we have everything, but at the end of the day, we come to, we decide together, and then we say, okay, if everyone's not up for it, then no.
I see.
90% when Sean decides.
Yeah, when I decide, there are 90 songs in there, I think I like 2.
And he sings 3.
And he sings 3. I'm sure he likes all 3 of them.
Okay.
Yeah.
And okay, coming to originality. I know you guys perform in a lot of entertainment venues around Colombo, and we see you guys performing a lot of covers with your own flavor. You guys sound good with what you do as well. But
thank you.
Do you guys have your own original music?
We do. We released one recently, not recently, no, few months ago. But after that, with our busy lives, because we all work, we all have jobs, and
Apart from the music.
Apart from the music, so we only have time in the night to do
It's
this.
very difficult to give time, but
We are trying our best though.
with the performances during the weekends and also during the weeks.
Well, we're coming to almost the end of the show, and before we do finish, I really want you guys to perform one more number. But before we do end the segment, first of all, it was really nice talking to you guys. Very witty bunch of folks, I must
Thanks
say.
for having us here.
thanks
And I'm sure, apart from the music on the mic, you guys are probably very entertaining as well, judging by the way you guys over here in the studio. But what I wanted to ask you was, like, there are a lot of people out there who are inspired to go out there and do music, even locally, form bands. Is there any advice that you guys can give them as performers who've been there for the last like 8.5 years?
Yeah, just get together and do it.
Yeah.
That sounds wrong.
Wait. Sean's trying to think of something intellectual.
No, honestly though, there's going to be so many challenges, right? Because people are going to tell you, it's not the right field to get into, blah blah, this and that thing.
My God, yes.
Yeah, so many people will say that. These guys know I've been through forensic science, biotechnology, personal training, all of that. But at the end of the day, the love of music just took over, and if that's what you want to do, just keep doing it. It'll take a bit of time, especially in a. I'm sorry to say this, but especially in Sri Lanka, it's going to take a bit of time because for people to appreciate English music, because we only do English language music, so it'll take a bit of time, but just don't give up.
All right.
And find the right crowd to do it, because having these guys around me, it makes it much more. Oh, teary.
Didn't you guys just feel really wonderful when you said that? Not really, alright. Okay, fine. Going into our final song for this morning with Magic Box Mix Up, acoustic live here on Good Morning Sri Lanka on MTV Sports. And that's me wrapping up from this segment, but of course the show is going to go on, so stay tuned. We'll be back after the song and the break. Go for it, guys.
Good morning, Sri Lanka. It's the 8th of April, a beautiful Tuesday, so I kicked Vasam out with the Magic Box Mix-Up people, because I want to talk to someone else who is very special and who is in our studios today. So a few months ago, we had a representation of youth of Sri Lanka who are very passionate and enthusiastic about environmental conservation and representing our country in so many different places around the globe in a very, very good way. And because we commemorated the Earth Hour a couple of weeks ago, we decided to bring back one of those youth who is in our studio today, Mohammed Uzni. Thank you very much for being here. Hi.
You're welcome. Hi.
How are you?
It's been good.
It's been a while since we met.
I know.
It's been almost a year, right?
Exactly.
And last time you were here with a couple of your friends.
Yeah, for the World Environment Day. If I'm not
Yes,
mistaken.
and that was a really entertaining, infotainment plus a lot of fun kind of show. But it was very enlightening actually what we discussed that day. So today we are here to talk about environmental conservation, the Earth Hour that was passed. But before all that, I want to tell the audience, so the viewers out there, there's a long title that Uzni wanted me to read.
Not really.
Let me get this right. So Mohammed Uzni is the alternate global focal point for UN, majorly for children and youth on 10YFP. Did I get that right?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah.
Alright, so now I know what the 10YFP is, but I'm sure most of you viewers out there, especially the youth, must be not knowing, especially if you did not watch the previous show that Hosni was fortunate enough to do with us. So why don't you tell the viewers out there, Hosni, what 10YFP is and how do you represent it?
Yes, well, 10YFP stand for, it's 10YFP on SCP, which no one really gets it because it's too long. It's called 10-year framework of programs on sustainable consumption and production patterns. That is one of the concrete outcomes of Rio Plus 20 discussions where we had back in June 2012. It's one of the concrete outcomes. So this is it's a framework to facilitate both developed and developing countries towards the shift to the SCP, which we call as Sustainable Consumption Production Patterns in their respective countries. So our role is more or less with the major groups. You know, as the result of the Agenda 21, we have 9 major groups in UN system. So I'm representing the major group for children and youth as the alternate focal point for this particular program for next couple of years.
Awesome. That's really cool. Now, Husni, we were discussing even before the even before our segment began about how enthusiastic the youth must be in this generation about environmental conservation and energy preservation, and especially about energy efficiency. Now, since we commemorated the Earth a couple of weeks ago, I personally don't believe that we actually gave it the full effect of the youth. The Earth Hour wasn't commemorated fully, completely, like everyone as a whole nation. I think there should be one more step out there, towards the goal. Do you believe in the same, or do you actually differ?
I would say yes and no. Okay. Because I know in Sri Lankan we have a dedicated team working on every year to promote this Earth Hour in Sri Lanka, and they have been working really hard and trying their best to take this among young people and communities, and especially business entities. So we should really appreciate what they are doing. But probably, because I am not really in that I would not really say like that, but again, probably
but
people,
the applicability,
why people might think like that, because it's a good discussion, because it's not a one-day event.
Of course.
And also it is about how we can reach out and leave a message out of this event, which is something we had to really think about, because back in 2007 when it was started in Australia, so they started this whole concept, and it was now we see in more than 7,000 cities practicing this one every March, from the last Saturday of the March. But again, it's a really good event to promote this whole concept and talk about the energy efficiency and make a platform to discuss about this, especially with the business organizations and individuals like us. But I think there should be something more which has to be organized.
There should be a push
to make sure that people continuously focus on this and talk about it and follow up on certain things. For example, talking about the pledges, we can ask business entities to pledge on this, because what we see is now sometimes in certain countries it has become a trend. Okay, we all celebrate Earth Hour, but again, which is a really good thing, but it's also important that how we can continue in our day-to-day life throughout 365 days. So that is something we should really think about. And also that is not about like talking about how Earth Hour is happening in Sri Lanka, but it's about maybe the organizers and the team, they're doing the really good job.
Of course
but it is about how people can take the message out of it and continuously working on that.
Yeah, exactly. What I also notice is that the creating awareness and the spreading, maybe the coverage of it is happening really well. But there are problems when it comes to recipients, them absorbing the message and actually the applicability of it. So, but when it comes to business entities, like you said, what kind of push can the youth make in the corporate sector, and also, say, for example, in the educational sector, in order to maybe encourage not only the youth but the people out of their generation, maybe the adults and even the younger generation, in order to be a little bit more aware and enthusiastic about environmental conservation and preservation, because I think it's a dire need these days. Experiencing change of weather, change of climate, it almost speaks to you that you really need to step up and then do something about it. So what can the youth do in Sri Lanka?
Well, I would